Update 15.1 went live on PUBG PC just a few days ago, and that means we should be getting it on console on Thursday this week. We've got the PC patch notes here, which are usually pretty much the same for console, so we're going to have a look through all of the content that you can expect to see in the next console update. Hey everybody, my name's Ben. Welcome back to another Beard Guys video. We're going to be running through the patch notes today, giving you my thoughts on what we're going to see in the next patch, and just talking a little bit maybe about the implications of some of those things. It's not a huge update. There's a few sort of little bitty things, but nothing major really coming in. I think the biggest thing is probably the mountain bike that we'll touch on in just a minute. And there's also a little bit of gun rebalancing and some kind of minor map changes. On the map change topic, you might have noticed a little while ago, PUBG made an announcement about their map service plan. This was saying what the map rotation would be for normal games and for ranked for like the next 5 seasons, they announced recently. There was a big kickback on it because they said that ranked was going to have Paramo in it, it was going to have Karakin in it, and all the small maps, which people hate. So they've changed their mind on that, and they've announced that ranked next season at least is going to be Erangel, Miramar, and Tago, which is great if you play ranked. I mean, I don't, because I got bored of playing TBP ranked, but if you do play ranked, you're probably quite happy with that, because everyone seemed to hate Sanof on ranked, and everyone just hates Sanof generally, and everyone was certainly not very keen on Paramo in ranked, so 3 big maps for ranked seems like a nice decision. As for normal matchmaking, we're going to see Erangel, Miramar, Sanof, Tago, and Vikendi, so we get Tago in instead of Paramo next season. The previous service plan said they were going to have Haven come in instead of one of those. I can't remember which. I was kind of looking forward to Haven coming back in. It's a fun little map, not for ranked, obviously. That would be insane. But I was kind of looking forward to Haven, but hopefully we'll see that come back into the game for a little while at some stage. So nice to see PUBG listening to some feedback on that. Kind of seems quite random, the things they decide to listen to feedback on, but that was something they decided to be flexible about. So be interested to hear your thoughts in the comments if that change to maps is something you're happy with or annoyed about. Obviously, you get quite mixed opinions on maps in this game. Some people love them, some hate them. Everyone seems to moan about Sanof these days. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. What can I say? It's annoying when I get killed by guys in bushes, but I have a lot of good games on Sanof recently, so I don't really mind. I don't want to play it in ranked, but I don't mind it. By the way, I'm also going to be streaming today. I know I don't normally stream on a Saturday, but today I am going to be streaming playing some PUBG squads with our viewers from around midday, maybe a little earlier UK time, to around 5 or 6 p.m. That's going to be on twitch.tv/thebeardguys, and going to play some squads with our Patreon supporters to say a massive thank you to all of our new Patreons, and also to help promote our newly relaunched Patreon page. If you want some more information about what that is, check out patreon.com/thebeardguys, and if you want to come and get some games with me, come along and join the stream today, and we'll be playing with all of our Patreon fans. And then whenever there's a gap where there's not Patrons, I'll do my best to play with whoever wants to jump in a squad. So do come along and hang out. If the stream goes well today, then I'll be looking to bring in more of these weekend streams more regularly in the new year. So the new vehicle is the big thing I mentioned a little while ago. This is being added, the mountain bike, to all maps. It comes in folded form. You can pick it up and put it in your inventory. It takes up lots of space, and then you can pop it out, unfold it, and hop on and cycle away. It obviously doesn't need fuel. It's quite quiet. You know, it's a bike, right? You know what a bike is? It's a bike. You pedal it, it goes. You pedal it faster, it goes quicker. You can also jump around on it. So you might be able to try and do some trials kind of stuff, jumping around on rocks and doing crazy things, doing tricks. So that's going to be quite fun. It's a fun little gimmicky thing. I feel like a lot of the stuff that's coming to PUBG lately, it's going to be fun for like a week and then you'll kind of forget about it. But it does look like it might be a giggle for a little while. It's not in esports mode. You can't take a passenger on it. You go quicker if you're tapping sprint. You go quicker if you're boosted. And you jump high if you're going fast and boosted as well. It also can't be destroyed, which is kind of random, so it is an indestructible little piece of transport you can take around with you for emergencies, but it is very heavy. It has a weight of 70, which is quite a bit. As for the weapon rebalancing that I mentioned earlier, there's a few different things been done. Not all of them I would necessarily agree with, or pretty much any of them, but the P90, as we expected, has had a significant nerf. It's had increased horizontal and and vertical recoil, and it's also had less ammo given to it. It was an overpowered gun. It was crazy, but I kind of like that. It's a crate gun. I like crate guns to be really powerful because, you know, then it's worth getting crates, and when you make them average, then it's not worth getting crates. So hopefully it's still fun to use. I had a good time with it so far. We'll have to test it out. I think it will still be pretty powerful, but 200 bullets isn't going to get you very far with a P90, sadly. Shotguns have had a buff. I thought they might get a nerf, to be honest, but they've had a buff, which is surprising probably for anyone who's watched myself or especially watched Nacho playing on stream or on YouTube, going around and getting just so many shotgun kills. They're so powerful. So for some reason, PUBG decided to buff them. So you'll now be able to kill people better at range with shotguns, as well as increased hit probability on short range. So just a general buff across the board on shotguns. They're going to be even more powerful. I can't wait to use them even more because I think they're already very good indeed. LMGs have had a bit of a buff. This is one that was probably needed. The M249 and the MG3, no one really takes. They get left all the time. So they've had a bit of a buff. Increased damage, decreased recoil, and that kind of stuff. Increased body damage multiplier. So good stuff for the LMGs. Might make them a bit more practical to take into battle. SMGs is another controversial one. This is kind of a mix because there's like buffs and nerfs here. So they've increased the head damage multiplier for all SMGs, and they've increased the Bison, the PP's accuracy when full auto spraying. The UMP has had a damage drop-off decrease at longer ranges, or decreased damage, I should say, at longer ranges, and decreased accuracy during full ADS firing. But I'm not really sure that's going to do much to make the UMP worse, and it is going to do more head damage when it hits you in the head. So UMP very powerful on console at the moment. The recoil is just non-existent, and you can just spray it whatever kind of scope. People run it with a 6x and do just disgusting things with it. So it kind of sounds like we're moving into a shotgun and SMG kind of world right now in PUBG. I don't know if that's going to be the case. People already use SMGs a lot on console, so this might be the time of the SMG and the shotgun. Let me know in the comments if you agree with that. It certainly seems to be the way we're going. The AUG has had a little bit of a buff, increased damage by 1 to make that a little bit more competitive. So moving on to something a bit more interesting, the magazine balance. This is kind of cool. So this is a change to how quick draws, extended magazines, and extended quick draws work. So they basically say here that people generally wouldn't bother taking a quick draw. They just wait and get an extended quick draw and only run that. And they're basically making it so the extended on its own and the quick draw on their own are the best at those individual tasks. And the extended quick draw is not quite as good as either of those, but it does both. So an extended mag will give you 42 bullets, but an extended quick draw will only give you 40 bullets. And conversely, for a quick draw magazine, a normal quick draw magazine will give you 60% faster reload, but an extended quick draw magazine will only give you 15% faster reload. So it makes it an interesting decision over what you want to run. You don't just always run an extended quickie and that's the best thing to take. You might decide if you've got an M4 that running the quick draw is the better bet because the reload is just so slow. That 60% is going to make a big difference. Whereas if you want to just have maximum bullet count, then you just take a pure extended. So a cool change. I like it. It adjusts your thinking towards what sort of equipment you use. And they also have added the quick draw to the Scorpion, which is something you couldn't use before. So you'll now be able to use a quickie on a Scorpion. As for map updates on Sanof, they've made some changes to boot camp, which look kind of interesting. Just shuffled it all around, moved the big building to one side, made it a little bit more like the old lobstery one, I guess, with kind of flat roof bits rather than all these kind of holes you can look down through. So that looks kind of fun. Looking forward to trying out new boot camp. There's also some minor other changes made to Sanof around the coastal areas and bits like that, but nothing too crazy to worry about there. They've changed stuff on Vikendi as well. They've made Dino Land is now Kakao Friends Land. I don't really know what that is. It's a Korean thing. I had to Google it. I don't know if I'm old and don't know anything, but I'd never heard of it. But it's just some kind of cutesy Korean thing that Dino Land is now themed at. So no more dinos. Now there's cacaos or these little things. So that's Dinoland, you know, and it's all Christmassy as well. There's lots of Christmas stuff around Vikendi. They've added in trees and lights around some of the different areas, as well as in Dinoland, or not Dinoland. I'm still going to call it Dinoland, not Cacao Friends Land. The new season of Ranked is going to start. That's season 15. It's got all the information on there about it if you want to read through it. I won't go through it in detail. I'll put the link, by the way, to these patch notes down below if you want to have a look through them. Do keep in mind that sometimes things change between the PC and console patch notes, but they are usually very, very similar. So I'd expect most of what's in here to be pretty much the same on console. They also mentioned changes to training mode, which is kind of disappointing. They've basically taken every vehicle out of training mode apart from the scooter to prevent sound and crash issues and people being bothered by people driving. So yeah, it seems kind of weird. It was fun to be able to use the vehicles and now you can't. So that kind of sucks. Hopefully they'll come up with a better solution than that in the future, because I mean, there's a racetrack on the training map, so taking out all of the vehicles does seem kind of stupid. They've also changed the action wheel and emote wheel, so it's got 2 tabs, so you can fit more stuff on there because people have their sprays now and their emotes and stuff. So if you're into all that stuff, you now have more slots that you can play with. And there's also going to be a few bits on performance. There's some sound updates and bug fixes and all this stuff. I won't go through that in detail, but it is all there. There's also a shop update. I'm just going to skim through this very quickly, but if you're interested in buying stuff from the shop, you can get this monstrosity here. That's a Cacao friend, I guess. He looks kind of weird, and then this guy's got a shirt with is that like a duck or something, and you know, whatever else that is. So there's all the Cacao friends stuff, a load of other stuff you can get. There's this guy who's a basketball player, Jeremy Lin. And then there's a polar bear and some various other bits. There's a tiny little Santa hoodie that this guy's got, which is pretty great. And then there's all the other kind of normal stuff. This is another contraband crate they've done. This is a mini that looks like a sleigh kind of thing. Little Christmas mini with jingle bells on it if you're into the contraband stuff. By the way, if you do spend lots of G-Coin on the contraband stuff, then why not think about using our PUBG creator code when you do so, and then PUBG will just give us some free money. So if you fancy checking out our creator code, I'll put a little promo video at the end of this one that just tells you how you do it. You only ever need to do it once, and it's super easy, and it helps us out a ton. So do check that out. If you buy any G-Coin at all in PUBG on any platform, check that out at the end of this video. It really helps us out a lot, so thank you. So that's about everything for today. Hopefully you found that video useful. Please let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to in the new update and what you're maybe disappointed, if anything, about anything that is not in there. Certainly would have been nice to see some optimizations for next gen. I didn't think it would come, but you just kind of hope that maybe one day they'll just appear. So who knows? We haven't had the console patch notes yet, so you know, maybe that's something that will happen. But thanks very much for watching. Hope you're all having a fantastic weekend, and hopefully I will see some of you on the live stream later on today. I just wanted to drop you all a quick message to tell you about our PUBG creator code. As a PUBG partner, we have a creator code which you can add to your account, which means whenever you purchase anything in game, PUBG will give us a commission. Whether you're buying season passes, G-Coin bundles, or anything else that requires cash in PUBG, if you have our code added, then you'll be helping us out without costing yourself a penny extra. It's a great way to support the channel, and it really does help keep us making PUBG content for you. Plus, it's easy to set up, and you'll only ever have to do it once. To add our code, first visit accounts.pubg.com and then log in or create an account. Once you've logged in, connect your Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam account on the linked accounts tab, then go to the Creator Appreciation Program section and type the Beard Guys into the box, or find us from the drop-down list. Then just click submit and you're all done. A massive thank you to everybody who has used our code. Your support is absolutely vital for us, and it really makes a huge difference.